Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. We're out here at TRYX checking out some very interesting new products from this new company. We've used a lot of their products over the last few years since they've launched, but they've got something very interesting. They've got their first air cooler, they've got probably the case of the show, and an interesting way to reuse your panorama screen. But before that, here's a word from MSI, our show sponsors, and Claire. Take it away. Look at this. I actually almost fell over then. That's like when you get disoriented playing VR. Wow. I'm inside the cooler. Look at me. I am the panorama.
Our Computex Type A 2025 coverage is proudly brought to you by MSI and their Z890 and B860 series Intel motherboards. MSI's new Z890 and B860 motherboards for Intel Core Ultra Series 2 pack top-tier features, advanced connectivity and DIY-friendly design with no compromises. You're getting PCIe 5.0, DDR5 9200+, Wi-Fi 7 and Thunderbolt 4, plus up to 26-phase VRMs with 110 amp power stages for serious overclocking. Building is easy with toolless M.2 clips, quick-release PCIe slots, and magnetic M.2 shields. To find out more about MSI and their Z890 and B860 series Intel motherboards, check out the links in the video description.
TRYX has this prototype case called the TRYX Arc Vision. Essentially, they've decided to give you an option that you may not even be thinking about. Imagine you buy one of their panorama coolers and you're like, you know what, I don't want to use this cooler anymore. How am I going to reuse the screen? They've got a cutout in the bottom of the Arc Vision that will allow you to use your cooler screen on the corner. This is just such a very clever idea, especially for reusing hardware that you may either sell or discard. They have some ideas for curved wooden panels for the corner of the case, as well as this little opalescent, is that what it's called, Claire? Opalescent? It's like a stone finish, but obviously it's a concept, so this is not the final material, but this looks really, really cool. It kind of looks like a kitchen bench top in a way. But yeah, very, very nice. This is a nice concept from TRYX. But there's an even cooler concept, which is less of a concept and more a fully fleshed out product. Let's take a look at TRYX's first air cooler. We've got a brand new cooler from TRYX called the TRYX, I hope that's how you pronounce it, and essentially this is their first air cooler. What makes this interesting is you can change the offset of the fan and it has an integrated screen. All of this being controlled through the Canali software. Come a little bit closer, come and check this out, right? So you can adjust the offset of the cooler with something that you already own. Your hands, no tools required. But the most interesting thing about TRYX's first cooler is even though it's massive, even though it's a 6 heat pipe design cooler, as well as having a screen, it's going to be retailing for an unbelievable price of $99 US. I don't understand. Now, the question that you're probably wondering, does the TRYX allow you to expand your desktop to the cooler? And unfortunately for now, the answer is no. But as I've been saying for all of Computex, update the firmware. It can be done. For the longest while, people have been thinking about screens on their coolers being curved. But what about if you quite literally flipped the script and turned it into a stage with a mirror base? That's what TRYX is thinking with, quite obviously, the TRYX stage. It uses the AMOLED screen that the other coolers are used in the past. However, it now has a flat platform for you to customize the case, or rather, your cooler and your build in any way that you like. You can get a figurine, kind of like this one here from Nier Automata. And yeah, you can basically just fit anything you like. This is good, especially if you've got a case that doesn't showcase any of the things that you like in the way that you like. Got lots of different examples here. I'm gonna say it again like I did the other week, or the other video. I'm old, I don't know what half of this stuff is. The only reason why I know what this one is because I've spent a lot of time playing this game, but yeah, this is very, very cool. Oh, there's Deadpool. That's the cutest Deadpool I've ever seen. This is a great concept for a case. Now, if you're interested in the TRYX stage, it will be launching somewhere around September for $199 making this one of TRYX's most affordable coolers to date. Stay tuned because, yeah, I can't wait for this one. Are you guys ready for it? This is called the TRYX Flover Takeover. This, ladies and gents, is absolutely, for me and many out there for you guys as well, the case of the show. Now, it may not appear to be much, but this has full fabric mesh panels, right? How boring. Nobody cares about that. However, they have an interesting new fan design that has the capacity. They have a new fan design which has the same throughput as 3 140mm fans running at 2000 RPM. You might be looking at the Flover and thinking, okay, where is that fan? It is hiding in the front of the case. Essentially, the way it works on the Flover is it is a giant intake on the side of the case. I also pull that away from the case. So we've got our 3 120mm fans at the front, slightly offset with this new intake fan blowing the capacity of an insane amount of air into the case. This is good because for air cooling, it will optimize the airflow and just give you the coolest air possible. And if you want to install up to a 360mm liquid cooler in the top of the Flover, this can be moved to the bottom position, giving you additional radiator clearance as well. This is an absolutely genius idea, but it doesn't stop there with the airflow on the Flover either, because the Flover has 2 more 140mm intake fans on the side, creating quite possibly the most insane amount of intake fans on the front of a case you've ever seen. Let's do some math here, guys, or math as we call it in Australia. The capacity of 3 140mm fans, then 2 120mm fans, and then an additional 2 140mm fans at the front. How many fans is that? 8 fans of intake at the front of the case. Absolutely freaking insane. But what makes this the best case of the show for me is not just the capacity for airflow, it's the design. The front panel is fabric, but the texture of the fabric is like nothing I've seen before. This looks absolutely gorgeous. And if you didn't want to use the mesh front or the fabric front, you have an option. You can pull the fabric straight off. TRYX has absolutely knocked it out of the park with the design of the Flover. This is the Flover Takeover, and the greatest thing is the price. $139 for probably one of the best case fans that I've ever seen in a case. For a new company, absolutely killed it. Oh, and it's in pink. I told them to make a purple version too. And as all great love stories, it ends where it begins. Let us know what you think about everything here at the TRYX booth. That Flover case, that's the Flover Takeover. I'm penning that one. That case is easily the case of the show. Insane amounts of options for cooling. That fan on the side that works like your air conditioner is phenomenal. And the stage, I mean, they've got an air cooler as well. For such a new company, they're thinking outside of the box. They're hungry to make really exciting products, and I'm pretty excited by what I've seen here. And you've probably seen this already, but we have been using their panorama coolers for a little bit, and I've been using them a lot lately because of the ease of their software as well. And here's a little tidbit that I would like to add that maybe no one's talking about yet. They're also going cloud-based with their software solution in September. Crazy. Let us know your favorite thing here. Yeah, for me, definitely, it's the Flover Takeover. Special thanks to MSI for sponsoring all of our Computex Taipei 2025 coverage. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You pick, we seek. Man, the Flover Takeover. Woo, woo. I tell you what, every time I turn around, I'm getting super dizzy. One-handing. One-handing it. I couldn't grab the pedal for the gear, we'll just go off the track.